This is week 4 of the Beethoven series. Today I'm coming to you with pages 10 and 11 of the Baron Reiter edition of Beethoven. And we are just 2 pages away from finishing the first movement. I am going to make it my goal either next week or the following week to actually play through the entire first movement and upload it here. So let's go through the goals I set last week, and then let's talk a little bit about what I might want to change for this coming week. Okay, so last week my goals were to practice with a metronome, and I totally did that, guys. It has helped so much to have an actual physical metronome. I found this, I used to practice with it like more than a decade ago, and it turned up, and now I've been using it, and it's better than my phone. Sorry, phone, but it's better. So yes, I have used a metronome. The second thing on the list, I totally forgot about until I was looking at it just now. Create new ideas behind motives. So I didn't really do that. I did try to reframe how I looked at octaves after my very depressing discussion from last week's video. I did try to reframe how I looked at octaves, and I got some new insight into playing those, specifically thinking of more balance in the left hand and thinking about where the weight goes in the octaves. And then also I noticed I was using way too much bow weight for the octaves, and that was translating to just too much weight in the right hand and then also too much weight in the left hand. And so it was like clunky, 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 clunky. And I started working on changing that this week. So I will keep this idea for next time because I did not do it this week, to create ideas behind motives. I think especially I wanted to come at this from a more artistic perspective and maybe imagine parts of a narrative with this. Like sometimes I have my students think about stories. My teacher in college had me do that a lot to help make the music not just more interesting for the audience, but also the performer. Make sure we're still invested and enjoying it. So that's a keep for next time. Play lots and lots of octaves, but make it fun. Yeah, I kind of did this. Does it go in the lots and lots category? Maybe it just goes in the lots category. I think I'd like to do more octaves this week. I want to make octaves less scary for me, and I want them to feel more like play. I think I want to keep that. And then the last thing was to practice less with a practice mute, and I don't think I used a practice mute at all this week. I, at the suggestion of a friend, realized that maybe I was practicing too much with a practice mute and I should actually not do it all the time with a practice mute. I was doing it because it made me feel less self-conscious when I was practicing at weird hours, and I didn't worry so much about bothering people. But I am still watching my practice hours. Don't worry, I'm not doing anything before 8 a.m. or really after I don't know. I don't know what time after. I think my tone suffered a bit when I was using a practice mute, and I also did not enjoy practicing as much. Tone is probably my favorite part of playing the violin, and finding different sounds within the instrument is just extremely satisfying. And so to take that away from me for 1 or 2 weeks there, I didn't realize how much I was taking away from just actually how much I enjoy playing to use a mute all the time. So, all right, cool. So that's all I've got for today. Next time, we've got the last 2 pages of this movement, and I'll put new goals in for this week in the description box of this video. But thanks for watching, and tune in next week for the last segment of Movement 1.